Shalom, shalom, shalom. Before we even get started in this lesson, first and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, HaKadash. Secondly, we want to give double honors to the Elders Apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and worthy of double honors. And third and lastly, we want to give salutation to all the occupants of the hopeful elect that pushing forth this word and this truth and righteousness, sincerity throughout the four corners. Shalom, 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 shalom. And this right here is gonna be another impromptu video here. All right, yeah, nigga, you gonna have to wait. You gonna have to wait. Nah, ain't no damn move. Shalak, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling out the daggone driveway here on my job here. Goddamn silly ass damn Esau. Think he gonna direct me. But anyway, the hell with Esau. Anyway, man, just getting into this, getting into my listen, getting into my in transit listen here. This right here, like I said, this right here is gonna be an impromptu video right here, man. It's gonna be an impromptu video, and pretty much, shalak, all this distraction going on right here. Got a lot of stuff going on around here. But anyway, you know, this is gonna be an impromptu video, man, and pretty much what I'm gonna be going into is gonna be touching bases back on this past weekend when we had our street ministry, myself and the rest of the brothers of GMS Midland, South Carolina, doing our street ministry. And this past Saturday we hold camp in Columbia, South Carolina. And while we was holding camp, I say probably like a hour and some change, you know what I'm saying, hour and some change, you know, we had a goddamn Buckethead Jake. And matter of fact, that was Buckethead, that was part of our title of our street ministry live, you know what I'm saying. We put that in the title, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, this Jake right here in particular that I'm speaking on, you know, he came out, you know what I'm saying, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago when we was camping in Columbia. We don't camp in Columbia every Saturday. We pretty much move around. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, the last time we was camping in Columbia, you know what I'm saying, outside of this past Saturday, you know, it was about a good 2 or 3 weeks ago, man. And you know, that Jake, you know, little Buckethead Jake and shit, man, you know, we got him on video. He whether he want to be on video or not, his ass on fucking video or whatnot, because this damn nigga, you know, trying to be slick up there trying to record us on the sneak tip like we didn't see it. But nevertheless, man, you know what I'm saying, put his ass on goddamn fucking film as well too, man. All right, but he came out about, like I said, we seen him 3 weeks ago. All right, you know what I'm saying. But he parked his car not too far from where we camped at, and he came up to the camp. You know, he probably stood around. He probably only stayed around a good 10 minutes, but no more than 15 minutes, man. You know what I'm saying. We were bringing out scriptures. You know what I'm saying. I think we was going into. I think we were mentioning reincarnation, going into the salvation only for Israel. We was touching on that, and then I think when we got on the topic, Esau as, you know what I'm saying, Babylon gonna be destroyed, he dipped on up out of there, man. You know what I'm saying. I guess it got too hot in the kitchen for him. So evidently, you know, he been watching the videos, you know, so-called thinking that he was studying Great Millstone, and then, you know, he brought his happy ass back this past Saturday, man, thinking that he was gonna confound brothers. All right, he gathered enough courage, and you know, one of many things, you know, the nigga was going off on, man, this past Saturday, man. He didn't have any understanding on, man. You know, he didn't understand reincarnation in the scriptures, and then he didn't understand that the Gentiles written in the New Testament, all right, you know what I'm saying, when it talks about salvation, all right, you know, where we're going to Revelation 7:9, where, you know what I'm saying, Yahawashi Double Honors, you know what I'm saying, he gonna, you know, gather all nations, in which that's in reference when you go into and look at that word nations, go back to ethnos, which means somebody of the same gene, man, somebody of the same pedigree, all right, somebody of the same bloodline at the end of the day. And this Jake is so fucking ignorant, he didn't even know the significance, you know, of looking up words, man. He ain't know the significance of looking up words. And as I say once again, if I fail to mention it, I believe I did mention that earlier in this video, this is an impromptu video. This is an impromptu listen right here, man. You know, so if I didn't mention that earlier, shalak, but nevertheless, it's an impromptu video right here. But nevertheless, man, you know, he didn't know the significance of looking up words, man, because he don't know that this English language is a bastard tongue at the end of the damn day, man. All right, and English derived from the the Latin and the Greek and the Hebrew. All right, you know. So he don't know that. He don't know that. All right, you know, the most pure language and the first language, the first original language is Hebrew, man. All language deprive out of the Hebrew at the end of the day. See, he don't know that. He don't know that. And when you look up, that's why you gotta look up words, man. Cause the word, you know, you look up the word nation, you think it's talking about everybody. It ain't talking about no goddamn everybody, man. All right, at the end of the day, because the Bible, like I said, it was translated from the New Testament. The New Testament, you know, was translated from the Greek to the Hebrew, man. Well, all of it translated. Well, originally it translated from the Hebrew to the Greek. You know what I'm saying? To the English, man. All right, the Bible translated in all languages, but we talking about the dominating languages at the end of the day. All right, you know. And like I said, man, nigga thought he had some points. All right, the only point he had was on the top of his fucking head at the end of the day. That's the only point he was damn making. But what I wanted to touch on, man, you know, I wanted to touch on the fact that when this clown talking about, you know what I'm saying, he didn't understand that, you know what I'm saying, that Israel was scattered throughout the four corners, man. All right, that was part of the curses. He know that we're Israel, and that's all that, and that's where it stops at. Because this nigga don't even know about the Northern Kingdom being part of the 12 tribes too, man. You know what I'm saying? The Native American tribes, the Latino tribes, and the Hispanic tribes. He just think that the tribes are Negro tribes at the end of the day. All right, showing you his lack of understanding, showing you he's not on a level. But yet, you know, he came out of our camp like he was gonna teach us something, man. At the end of the day, we ain't come to get taught by you, nigga. We ain't come to get taught. We come to teach, bro. All right, we got taught by Elders Apostles and our elder bishops, bro. That's what we got taught by, man. Our elders of 07 on down. That's who we got taught by, man. Those are our teachers at the end of the day, man. All right, and once we got taught, you know what I'm saying, you know, come for a time the way we, you know what I'm saying, have to be, you know, students. Then after we learn, then it's time, come the time the way we ought to be teachers, man. Going back to Hebrews, the 5th chapter, man. All right, you know, so we ain't come for you damn niggas to try to teach you. Come, I can't think y'all gonna teach us something. Y'all ain't got a damn thing. First of all, you had the truth. Yeah, I should have been out there on the highways and byways and pushing the truth at the end of the day, which y'all don't at the end of the damn day, man. All right, but nevertheless, man, like I said, this clown, he don't understand that salvation is only for Israel. That never changed. Yahawashi made a covenant, which is a contract with only Israel, man. Them niggas can never ever show you in the Bible, in any scripture, man, you know, where Yahawashi made a covenant with all nations. That's not in the scriptures, bro. That's not in the scriptures. That means you adding. That means you adding to the scriptures, which your ass about to be in that penalty, Revelation 22, 18, and 19, man. That means you adding to the scriptures at the end of the doggone day. All right, you know. So like I said, man, this Jake don't have any, like a lot of them, for that matter, don't have any understanding, man, because first of all, they try to, you know what I'm saying, they try to use logic, use their logic or their lack of understanding, all right, when it comes to the scriptures, man. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? First of all, Most High thoughts are not your thoughts. Going back to Isaiah, the 55th chapter at the end of the day, because Jacob be like, well, why would the Lord only make one nation to himself and the rest of the nations he don't give a damn about? Man, because the Most High can do that. This is creation at the end of the day, man. That's what you clowns don't freaking understand, man. We bought the scriptures out. Isaiah 40 and 15 and 17, all right, went in the second Esdras, where Yahawashi said the rest of these heathen nations, all right, are counted as spittle out of his mouth at the end of the day or whatnot, man. Okay, so the Most High don't give a damn about these fucking heathen nations, man. All right, that's what you clowns don't understand, man. Why don't you be concerned about yourself, man? Be happy that you're a Hebrew Israelite and be concerned about what it takes for you to get the receive salvation from Yahawashi, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? Y'all always concerned about these other heathen nations. When heathen nations don't give a damn about you, when they have no part of our inheritance at the end of the day, man. Psalms 2 and 8, man. All right, Yahawashi is giving the heathen, you know what I'm saying, to our inheritance at the end of the day. Heathens are part of our inheritance at the end of the day, man. Okay, all right, what's the problem with that, man? Because you niggas got Stockholm Syndrome, man. That's the fucking problem at the end of the day. Y'all niggas drunk off of Christianity plantation. That plantation Christianity, man. All right? That's the goddamn problem, man, at the end of the damn day. Okay? And then furthermore, Yahawashi ain't dealing with you guys, man. Period, bro. He's not dealing with you at the end of the day. From the old to the new, all right? You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi is only dealing with the nation of Israel. And here it is, a nigga bring out one precept. When we bring out 30, 40, 50 precepts, man, to prove that Yahawashi is only dealing with the nation of Israel, a nigga bring out, he'll find one scripture which he don't have no understanding on, man. None whatsoever. Just like the clown try to go to Revelation 7 and 9 on us, but see, his lack of understanding. He didn't know that that word nations, all right, went right back, you know, to ethnos, which means a particular group of people, a nation of people, which is Israel at the end of the day. That word nations didn't pertain to all the nations, all the families on this earth. Only one, man. All right. And even in what that is, that's I believe that's in, is that Amos, if I'm not mistaken? Where Yahawashi said, I think that's Amos, where Yahawashi said that Israel, of all the families on this earth, Yahawashi only know Israel, not nobody else. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Yahawashi showed his word to Jacob. As far as the other nations, he has not dealt so. You know, Malachi, you know, 3 and 6. Yahawashi changed not. So how in the world are y'all gonna sit up there and you wanna delete all the scriptures, all the precepts proving who Yahawashi is dealing with, who is his house, who is his people, all right, which is Israel, and you find one scripture, God so loved the world that y'all love to run to John 3:16. That's another one, and y'all just, you know what I'm saying, you know, like y'all just, you know what I'm saying, oblivious to, you know what I'm saying, oblivious to the scriptures of Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Like, you know what I'm saying, like pretty much y'all delete that scripture, like it's not there. And like I said, you'll get a John 3:16 reading with no damn understanding, not knowing to look that word world up. That word world doesn't mean the whole world at the end of the day. That word world has, what, 3 different definitions, man. But see, you niggas wouldn't understand that because you don't look fucking words up at the end of the day, man. That's what Christianity does. It dumb you down, it make you stupid, man. That's what it does. And we all came out of that Christianity, man. All right, you know, we all discontinue from our heritage at the end of the day. I'm speaking of Israel, man. We all was in fucking darkness, man. Till Yahawashi brought us to the light, which is knowledge and the truth, by our eyes seeing our teachers at the end of the day. And that's great millstone. That's starting with the Elders Apostles to the elder bishops, all right, you know, to the elders of 07 on down, man. All right, you know. And like I said, Jake, little buckethead Jake coming up there, thinking he teaching us something which he wasn't adding to the scriptures. He was taking away from the scriptures. And then we was bringing the point out, he didn't want to listen, he didn't want to hearken at the end of the day, because he was already sealed by Yahawashi, man. All right, you know, he's that old bottle, man. You can't put that new wine in that old ass fucking bottle, man. All right, he already set in his way. His mind is already set at the end of the day. All right, you know, he don't know what he think he know. He don't know what he think he know at the end of the day. He don't know. When it comes to the scriptures, man, he don't know. He ain't had no understanding. You know what I'm saying? You know, if more than anything, we was getting frustrated that this clown ass nigga was around us, man. We didn't even want to. After a while, we already understood, because you know, he didn't say he was a Christian. All right, he said he was a Hebrew Israelite. All right, but he was a Hebrew Israelite with no understanding. We try to work with this nigga. All right, you know, but once we realized this nigga couldn't get it, man, we was, you know what I'm saying, like I say, it was just edifying, man. It really wasn't even talking to him, man. We really wasn't even having a discourse back and forth at the end of the damn day or whatnot, man. All right, you know, we'll joke on him and shit. But mostly, man, we're going into the scriptures. All right, you nigga trying to control the listen. We're not gonna control anything, man. With your lack of understanding, man. That's what Jake don't understand, man. And then he didn't read the Apocrypha, and like I said, man, if you don't, like the Elders Apostles say, man, if you don't know the history, then you're not gonna know the mystery. And so much history in the Apocrypha at the end of the day. You would have known that all the 12 tribes were in Jerusalem, all right, you know, when Yahawashi was walking the scene 2,000 years ago. When Yahawashi says, I have a fold that you know not, roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, you know, and that fold Yahawashi was speaking of, talking about the northern kingdom was already over here in America. That's prophesied in the scriptures, that northern kingdom, you know what I'm saying, they was gonna take counsel together, all right, you know, and they're gonna go to a far country in the utmost part of the earth, which is Babylon, aka America, north, south, Central America at the end of the day, you know, all right, Canada, you know, and also, you know what I'm saying, it was prophesied, you know, in the scriptures you know, in Maccabees, where Antiochus Epiphanes made a law and made a decree that all Israel leave their law. Well, he said all nations, but we ain't concerned about these other heathen nations, man. You know, this damn devil Antiochus Epiphanes, he made a law that Israel, you know, had to leave the laws that Yahawah Shai has given us, man, at the end of the day, that we received from Yahawah Shai, man. All right? But see, if you don't know that history, knowing that Jake being Hellenized, the Hellenized period of Jake, all right? You know, Jake following the Greek customs at the end of the damn day. Jake calling themselves Greeks. You know, you got Jake up there in Africa calling it, you know, Jake up there clinging on Egyptians like they did back in the damn day. Jake claiming to be Egyptians and shit, taking on their customs, all right, you know, okay? Because, you know what I'm saying, because Jake discontinued from the heritage at the end of the doggone day. So, see, you don't even know. You don't know that, man. So when Yahawah Shai talking about that adoption, all right, he was talking about the Israelite foreigners, all right, who he made a covenant with at the end of the day, man. All right? See, so you don't know, y'all niggas don't know that history. So y'all will run with, oh, Gentile, that talking about the other nation. That talking about, no, ain't talking about the other fucking nations, man. How can it be part of something that he never was part of? How can it be part of something that he never was part of? See, yep. The Most High words don't change. That's what you clowns don't fucking understand, man. You don't get it at the end of the day. Not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, what you think you're doing something righteous is really counted as wickedness, man. Because you are adding, you taking away from the truth, man. All right? You know, when it's being broken down to you, and you niggas don't know no fucking history, man. Y'all don't know no fucking history at the end of the day. All right? But yet, you gonna sit up there and say everybody can be saved. Anybody except the Lord can be saved, man. Like I said, man, you know, I'm to my destination, man. I'm about to get pissed off and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? About to get my blood pressure up, man. Too damn hot out here, man. I'm about to get my blood pressure up for you damn niggas, man. But nevertheless, man, especially that damn clown, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I got a feeling, man, that motherfucker gonna probably try to come back around as well, too. You know what I'm saying? When he think that he can find some more scriptures to cut the Hebrew Israelites, which only thing you doing was cutting yourself. And that's what the fuck he was doing. He was contradicting himself. We'll ask him, do God hate? Do Yahawah Shai hate? And he says, yeah. And we say, what nation do the Lord hates, man? The Lord hate all the nations, man. But one specifically, Yahawah Shai gonna have indignation forever. Because the Most High eventually, like I said, man, he gonna let up on these heathen nations after 1,000 years, after they served 1,000 hardcore years upon the nation of Israel in the kingdom. They gonna be placed back in their homeland. They're gonna be placed back in their own land, but they still have to come and bring gifts and tribute to the nation of Israel. All right, they still gotta serve Yahawah. All nations gonna serve Yahawah Shai in the kingdom, man. All right, you ain't gonna be serving your other bullshit ass gods, which ain't no gods on this side right here. Everybody gonna be serving Yahawah Shai. All right, but Esau, going back to Obadiah 1 and 18, he gonna be fucking destroyed, man. Or the whole house of Edom gonna be fucking destroyed, man. After they served 1,000 years of slavery and captivity, and it's gonna be double too. Esau gonna catch it worse than any other damn nation, man. All right, you know. So if God love everybody, why he put that sentence on Esau? All right, why are these other heathen nations going to slavery and captivity? God love everybody, man. All right. See, y'all really don't know what the fuck going on at the end of the day, man. When it comes to the scriptures, y'all don't know the scriptures, bro. Y'all don't know Yahawah Shai. Y'all niggas know Jesus Christ. That's the fucking problem, man. But that Jesus Christ bullshit, that Christianity bullshit, he love everybody. God love everybody. Well, God love everybody. Why on the 12 gates, all right, in the kingdom of Israel, why on the 12 gates are the names of the 12 patriarchs, all right, of Israel at the end of the day, bro? Well, why the heathen nations' names not written on the gates, man? All right, you know, if the Lord love everybody, man, if everybody gonna be equal, like you clowns be saying at the end of the damn day, man, you Christians, man. And even though the nigga know here Israel, he's still a Christian at the end of the day, because he come with that Christian bullshit. All right, you know, niggas still thinking anybody except Jesus Christ can be delivered at the end of the day. He want to include all nations, man. All nations don't have anything to do with our inheritance, with the covenant. Yahawah Shai didn't make a covenant with every fucking body. He only made it with one nation of people, and that's Israel, man. All right, you know, even in going to Jeremiah 31 and going to Hebrews 8th chapter, where it goes into the new covenant, all right, which the new covenant hasn't even fulfilled yet. Why Yahawah Shai only mention the nation of Israel, where the law is going to be written out inward parts at the end of the day? From the least to the greatest, all Israel going to know Yahawah Shai. No Hebrew Israelite will have to be taught Yahawah Shai at the end of the day. All Israel going to know. All right? Okay? Going to know Yahawah Shai in the kingdom, man. Okay? All Israel, like I said, all Israel going to be righteous, bro. All right, you know, where the other nations at? Where does the other nations fall in on that? They don't, man. They're not even fucking mentioning, man. And that prophecy ain't even fulfilled yet, man. If Yahawashi dealing with everybody, okay, all right. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's all I got, man. I pray and I hope, all right, that this lesson was edifying to the body, hopeful elect. And with that, I want to say shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Shalom.